This is Katie.
And this is Patience.
And we're
Gummy Buddies.
Okay, nailed it. Yes. All right. The chair already squeaked. Okay, so I didn't switch my chair out.
Or WD-40 it.
I didn't do anything with the chair to stop the squeaking. And I could have stopped this and gone and changed it out. But I like my gaming chair. It's pink.
And fuzzy.
It's my favorite. It's comfortable. Although it's getting really ragged. So here we are.
Today we're going to try a new flavor of gummy.
We're nervous.
Very nervous.
Yeah. We're big babies. We don't like the flavor of marijuana. So we're very sensitive. And I don't know. I get pre-nauseous when I think about it. Because when I have ones that I can taste the weed in it, it just instantly gets my stomach going. So
the taste of weed is...
That's my dog dying. Just ignore it. It's fine.
The taste of weed is gross. I don't know how people smoke it. I think you're on a whole other level that we can't be on because it's so gross.
Yeah. Maybe it's like cilantro. You know, some people think cilantro tastes like soap, and other people think it tastes good. Maybe that's the same with weed. Maybe other people think it tastes good.
And that's so gross. I can't. That's so nasty.
Maybe they just smoke so much weed that they're
used to it.
They're
they don't even taste it anymore.
Yeah, people that actually like beer or whiskey. It's they force themselves.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think we should probably just. Clink.
Oh, and
no.
we these are a little stronger. No, we split one in half. We normally take 20s.
She's not taking the gummy yet.
No. We normally take 20s. This one's a 30, so we're only doing 15s because we split one in half. And if it doesn't kick in after a while, we're gonna half of another one.
Yes, we're gonna do a quarter of a gummy.
Yeah,
in addition,
that makes more sense.
It's
because
math.
We want the same effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't have the size we usually get. So, okay, all right, now
we're gonna clink. Clink.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
I want to watch you eat it and see how it tastes.
I'm
You're
just
more
a guinea
strong.
pig. I'm gonna hyperventilate. I don't want to taste it. Okay.
She's so strong. I'm scared.
I'm closing my nostrils off just in case it tastes bad. You know, close your nostrils off.
The face she's making. Does it taste anything like it?
Aftertaste is bad.
Oh, great.
It's the wild berry Buds Burns.
We normally do the strawberries and creams. Buds Burns, listen to our review.
Wait, Dave, you gotta stock the other side better. Okay, I'm still keeping my nose clogged. It's fine. Just do this.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Eating it at first, it tastes like the berry Skittles.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I better just drink water just in
case. The aftertaste isn't horrible.
It's fine.
Okay, these, I don't think it's bad at all. As it sits a little bit. Okay.
Oh, you said.
It does. I taste more of the sugar though. Mm-hmm. In the strawberries and cream, it has a sugar coat, but you don't taste the sugar as much.
No, this one you definitely taste the sugar coating on more. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got a grapey, berry-y flavor, but
I could not take a whole one. I'm glad it's only a half.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know. Just thinking about it gets my tummy All right, now that the painful part is over, and I know we could take it like a pill or something. I'm sure it would be fine, but. We shouldn't be such big babies about this. What's wrong with us?
Katie threw up after our episode ended last time. Just as a heads up. We're going to throw that one out there. But the time before that, I threw up. It's fine. We throw up after we do Gummy Buddies. It's fine. I don't know if that's normal for anyone else out there.
I don't know why. Because the few other times that we did it, I didn't ever get sick. Ever. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was. I have been fasting I've been fasting during the day, and so I think it's that I had just eaten a little bit before. I think my stomach was just too empty because I didn't have anything the entire day until that night. So I think maybe that had to have something to do with my metabolism and how it processed it. And it just kind of hit my gut like a ton of rocks or something. I don't know. It was not fun. But once it was over with, I crashed. I touched my pillow and was gone. And I slept very well. So, I don't know. And I didn't feel sick the next day at all. So our plan tonight, we're going to try a few different things because we want to bounce some questions back and forth with each other, but we have... Patience has a couple...
I'm going to tell some embarrassing stories.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a few different things that on our list that we want to talk about.
And we're hoping we'll be able to comprehend the list as the gummies kick in.
Not have to recircle like 5 million times back to one thing.
But Patton's Patience in the question game.
Trauma.
I don't even know. There was one thing that we were like, oh, we got to finish explaining this that we did not explain. So we're going to try and start each episode with things that we left unfinished from the episode before. We're going to attempt to tie those little knots or bows or what have you. Dot the I's and cross the T's, as it were. This is the part where my brain, I swear, it's just a little late in the day. It's a little late in the day for Katie. I'm old. All right, so time slowing down. We have these, like, I don't know if it works the same way for everybody, but for us, with what we do, time always just goes insanely slow. Insanely slowly.
Words hard.
Words are hard.
I'm also eating my dinner, so I'm the quiet one. Let Katie rant.
But yes, so as it kicks in, we'll like check the clock, and if you hear us go, what time is it? How long has it been? And it's only been, 10 minutes, and we'll think it's been half an hour. That's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing for you, but it's definitely a thing for us. And I have this entire theory about how, like when you eat food when you're high, I had this whole spiel once where I was ranting about how, what if there's taste buds on your tongue that exist that aren't activated? And then when you do the gummies or whatever, then all of a sudden they're activated. So it's like a whole other flavor level. And that's why everyone loves the way things taste. And then I told Patience, but what if it has to do with our time slowing theory, where your brain just kind of moves differently in space and time? And what if it's just your brain actually oh my gosh. I'm rebooting my brain right now. Like, what if your brain is actually processing the taste in a different way? And that's what we didn't finish talking about. That I was like, oh, we gotta tell the people. So, in case you were wondering.
And this time, the episode won't be as long. We have a timer set on Katie's phone to go off. So if you ever hear it go off, it's our time to end. Because we sat here for a really long time just talking. And then once we even ended the episode, we kept talking like it was on. And we had to be like, no, we stopped. Remember we stopped?
Yeah, we forgot what we were doing.
So,
and then I just bolted for the bathroom. And that was our night. It was a great night.
We just will have to set timers because we could sit here and just talk and talk and talk forever.
Yeah, we're good at it. What can we say?
We're good at we have that friendship where we can just keep talking.
It's true. So do you want to start off with your embarrassing story, or do you want to do a couple questions and then...
Let's do a question or two, and then by that time, I want Katie to be like getting there, because I really want her to appreciate these stories. Well, she does about the one, but not the other.
Altered brain state, because she's so not entertaining when I'm sober.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. Do you want to start us off?
Sure. Okay. Sorry. Let me find my number.
Who does number 2 work for? There I go with the quotes already.
Would you rather be able to talk to the moon or have the stars follow you everywhere you go?
I'm not high, and that's messing with my brain already. I don't know how I feel about this question. The stars following me everywhere I go. Like, feel like your own little contrail, like in a Fortnite drop, just everywhere. A little tinkle tinkle. Either that or just set everyone on fire behind me so I can murder the world. It'd be great. What about you?
I'd want to talk to the moon.
Why?
Because the moon sees, like, more than we do. And, like, what if it could tell us, like, okay, what if the moon could tell us that, like, they've seen aliens? Like, how many times? Like, and, like, the aliens stop on the moon regularly, and they're like, yep.
But that's the only thing you could talk to is the moon. Nothing else in space.
The question says just the moon, so... I don't know. I think it'd just be cool. I like space.
What is the craziest dream you've ever had?
Dream or, like, nightmare?
Well, technically a nightmare is a dream. It's just not a
Those are really sad and depressing. I'll think of a fun one.
Okay. Do you want me to start us?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I have very vivid dreams.
And she dreams a lot. I barely dream at all.
I have this cute little gamer diary thing that my boyfriend got off of TikTok for me once because I saw a TikTok and I'm just choking. It's fine. It's my spit. But I said, oh, this is so cute. I need it. And he surprised me and he got it for me and it was really nice. So now when I wake up, I try to make a habit of immediately writing my dream down in the little dream journal. And it's cute and I love it. But probably one of the weirdest, it's really hard for me to pinpoint a specific one, but I'm just going to throw this one out there. Once I dreamt that I was in some sort of safari tour and there was a caravan of us driving in open Jeep vehicles down the road. And I had my family like spread apart in the caravan. And when we were driving down this highway, these elephants came up to us and one of them picked up my son out of the car. And in my dream, he was 6. I have 2 sons. I have a 9-year-old and a 13-year-old because, you know, I'm not young anymore. But anyhow, the elephants were throwing him back and forth between them, playing catch with him, and I was panicking, and it was horrible and nightmarish, but then it transformed into a whole different dream that I won't get into, but that was one of the craziest dreams that I've had.
It's a good one.
It was a dream. There's been some really weird ones. There's been very realistic ones, which make me have these weird theories about, like, life after death and people being able to communicate with you through dreams and how that's, like, kind of a preparation for where you go when you die is, like, where you go when you dream. I have these weird conspiracies and fun theories about it, but yeah. And you, madam?
All I can think about are, like, the nightmares that I have. I hate when that happens. I hate when you, like, start falling asleep and then you feel like you're falling and then you, like, jolt awake. I hate that. It drives me nuts. I feel like that happens more than I dream. Do
you want to know something really traumatizing?
No.
It's really traumatizing.
Oh, God. What?
So, one time... Okay, I think I might have told you this. That wasn't my chair squeaking. Jeez, Patience. Why is your chair squeaking so much? I was dreaming that... It wasn't even really a dream. It was one of those sleep paralysis moments where you wake up and you can't move, but you know you're awake and you're stuck there, but you're still kind of dreaming and kind of not. And your whole body, like, you try to move your arms and you can't. I don't know if anyone else has ever had this. Have you, Patience?
Nope.
Well, it's only happened to me a couple times in my life, and when it does, it's really scary because you feel like you're trapped, you know, locked in syndrome. You're trapped in your own body. And I woke up and it was pitch black in my room, middle of the night, and Tyler's voice came from behind my head, like in the wall. And I just remember him saying, "This is your sleep paralysis demon." And I was like, what? Because he was like at work or something. He wasn't even in the room, and I knew he wasn't in the room, and I knew he couldn't be behind me because that meant he was like reaching through, and I could in my head see him like reaching through the wall as this black entity, just using by the way, Tyler's my boyfriend, using his voice to connect with me or whatever. And yeah, so the traumatizing thing that you didn't want to know was I told Tyler about it, and he was like, "Oh, really? That's kind of cool." And he got in his head that it would be fun to turn it into kinky fun time, and he woke me up in the middle of the night the next night with a full-on freaking like creepy black thing covering his face, and he was like, "It's your sleep paralysis demon." And then we had really good sex, and it was great. But it was also terrifying because I had just told him that it was really scary. And that's the thing you didn't want to know that you now know. So congratulations.
Tyler also sleeps with the light on.
Yeah, he's scared of the dark. Not that it's bad to be scared of the dark, but given the story that we just told, it is kind of funny. He's one of those where he just,
he has like a creepy story and like, or something happened to him that's really creepy and he like, that's why he does it. Yeah. He has a reason for it. He doesn't just do it because he's scared of the dark.
Yeah, which I'm sure probably is everybody's fears based on some sort of weird story like that. But
TJ had a sleep paralysis once, and he said he woke up in the middle of the night, and we used to have like that sliding door.
TJ is her man's.
Yeah, TJ's mine.
Mine.
Okay.
Not yours.
Calm down, patient. But
back off, ladies. Or men.
We had like a sliding door, and he said when he woke up in the middle of the night that he saw like a Wendigo come through the door, and it was over us in the bed. And he said he was so scared because it was like in his face, and he just couldn't move. And he's like, I'm never gonna forget it. Like, it was the scariest thing in my life. And I was like, I want to experience this. I want to know what you guys experience, because I never really sleep that well. Like, my story, I'm going to tell a nightmare one, because that's all I can think of. Like, anytime I really dream that I remember, it's always the nightmare. So where we used to live, there's like a big quarry that has water in it now where like people fish. And my dad's work is right there. Mm-hmm. I'm hand gesturing to Katie.
Yes.
And so
she looks like a T-Rex. It's great.
There's like a road that goes along the quarry, and then like my dad's works there. And I have this, I don't know, maybe like 7 times a year. I always get the same dream over and over. It is wintertime, and his car goes over the ledge, because there's not a guardrail like all the way. Like, ooh. And his car goes over, mm-hmm. and it goes head first. Nope. And the windows start to like crack because of all the pressure. And it like
in the
fills,
water,
yeah.
Like it goes in.
Yeah,
okay,
it breaks the ice,
and you're in the car with him, or you're just kind of an observer.
I'm kind of like if there was a cameraman in a movie, like just watching.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and I can't do anything, and I just watch the water slowly fill up, and he can't get out, and he drowns, and he dies. And, like, I physically watch him die every time. And every time it happens, I wake up, like, crying, and TJ has to calm me down, and, like, because, like, I'm hyperventilating, and he's like, what's wrong? And he's like, you're crying, like, you're really crying. And I was like, it's just that same dream of him dying, and I'm like, I'm so paranoid, like, that's how he'll die. Like, what if it's, like, it's
premonition or something?
Yeah, like, what if I'm seeing a vision that I'm supposed to, like, tell him and be like, look, this is what I keep seeing, like, often. I've had the same dream, maybe 4 years. Like, I've had it so often. Like, I think I could put it in a movie and make it realistic, like, because I know it so vividly.
Maybe I can put your mind at ease, because I have some recurring dreams, and one of them is I'm a little kid visiting my mom in Wisconsin. And she lives in this little rundown house, and there's this really tall hedge that's like 200 feet high.
A hedge,
like blocking her yard from the neighbor's yard. And the neighbor that lives there is this like reclusive old man, and he lives in a mansion, and he has a huge in-ground pool. And I find an opening in the hedge, and I sneak over into their yard, and I swim in his pool. And he catches me, but he's not mad. So I sit in his kitchen, and I'm eating snacks and talking to him, and we're just like friends, and we're buds. And I go swimming in his pool. And I've had that dream probably 15 times in my life that I can, like, I've had so many times. So I don't think that's a premonition dream. So maybe.
I want to know what they mean. Like, I wish there was, like, either, like, a scientific explanation or, like, someone who could explain your dreams to, like, why you have them. Because, like.
The lady tomorrow at the Ren Fair.
Oh.
Yeah, we're ask her.
Ren Fair is this weekend. I got my card. We've had our cards read. I'm gonna go get mine done again because I like it. I think it's fun.
It's tarot, right? That's how you say
tarot?
It. It's not tarot. Tarot cards. We're gonna get our tarot cards read.
I think it's fun. I liked the last time I went. When I went last time,
should I?
Yes, you're gonna tell your story. You got to. We gotta talk about it.
We don't want this to be a depressing podcast.
It's fine. My story will liven everybody up. Don't worry.
Well, you know what? It's okay to have some of the spooky-ookies and the nightmares and the. We like to keep it diverse around here.
we, when I went it was last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my cards read. I just got the general reading, because she asked you, like, what kind of reading you want. And I was like, let's just do general. And the only weird thing that she said was she kept bringing up my name all the time. I'd say, like, 10 or 12 times out of the whole reading. And I'm like, it's really weird that you're saying my name. I was like, at the end, I was like, I just want you to know, you kept saying my name. Like, my name's Patience. I was like, it's a very rare name. Like, it's not like, you know, you're saying Nicole, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's really weird to me. And then the only other thing she said was that there's, like, a man that, like, watches over for me or whatever. That's the only other thing she said.
And you were thinking it was your biological father.
That or...
who has passed.
That or, like, she said, it was, like, just a man figure. So it's either that or, like my grandpa.
Just some creepy man who has, you know.
His dad died, too, so I don't know if it's him, but... I'm ready to go do it again.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't not believe in ghosts.
If there's any ghosts listening, give us
ignore
a sound.
that weird sound. That was Patience brushing crumbs off of her boobs. She's eating Subway and it looks delicious, especially when it's on her titties.
It's cold.
I do, but I don't, because I'm scared I'm gonna get tummy tums. Okay. And I don't want to throw up Subway and ruin Subway. Subway's sacred. I mean, it's like the only sandwich shop around here. Don't judge me.
I did that when I was pregnant. I threw up Subway and I couldn't eat the same thing.
I forgot all about that. I didn't have any morning sickness, really. Okay, so, anyhow, real quick. I know we're totally sidetracking with all these dream stories, but I have a fear of E.T. It's a thing. It's really my only fear that I see him and my heart just starts racing for no good reason. I'm aware he's supposed to be lovable. I'm aware he's supposed to be cute. But the way that I got scared of him, it's like I was really little when the movie came out and I was leaning on the remote and I didn't know it. And the scene in the beginning, spoiler alert, if you have not seen E.T., don't listen to this. And if you haven't seen E.T. by now, you kind of deserve to have it spoiled. I was about to say,
what's wrong with you if you haven't watched it?
Maybe they have self-preservation and they know they just shouldn't watch it because it's a terrifying movie. But it's like very creepy in the beginning where he's like looking where Elliot's by the garage with the mist and he's going to look in the cornfield to see what all the clatter and noise was about. And he like is looking through the corn with his flash. Oh, and we live right by corn, so it freaks me out when I think about it. Okay. And he's like going through the corn stalks all of a sudden, and then he sees him and the flashlight hits him in the middle of the cornfield, and then he's like screams and he's like, "Eh!" And his neck extends up into the air. I literally I have goosebumps.
She does.
It's so I hate him. And then like the little like thump 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 of the footsteps of him freaks me out, and him being in the closet, like the closet scene where he's by the stuffed animals, that always terrified me.
She's still like anytime she sees him, it's she's scared. That's Tyler. Tyler's here.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was TJ delivering brownies again. I got excited. Yeah, brownies. Tyler. Okay, but anyhow, I have a recurring.
Anytime she sees him on TV, like, she instantly, like, freaks out. Like, what happened? We were watching some, like, guess that, like, scene or whatever, and he popped up, and she, like, freaked out.
You were doing it was when you and Christian were binging the, like,
guess
YouTube
or
trivia and stuff, yeah.
And he's, like, randomly, thank you.
Watching has been delivered this day. Night. Night.
Tonight?
Night.
Did we just make up a new thing?
Okay, anyways.
Yeah, it was that night we were doing that.
But I've had nightmares about E.T. a lot. For sure, like going into his ship and fighting alien battles, and it's not fun. I don't like it.
Another funny story. We were driving home from bingo one night, and I was like, Katie, that light just appeared. Like, there was no way it was there. And I was like, what if it's a UFO? So Katie pulls out her phone and she starts filming it. And it was like getting closer to us. And we were like, what is it?
I forgot about it.
And then it starts turning. And I rolled down the window. It was a helicopter.
And she's like, oh, there's blinking lights on it. We really thought we were going to catch a UFO. We thought we were going some places.
Because we live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was just really funny.
It was very random. You'd have to understand, like, when we say we live in the middle of nowhere, we really live in the middle of nowhere. So you do not normally see much happening in the sky.
To see a random light it was like 11:30 at night. Like, to randomly see it just pop up is so strange. Mm-hmm. And, like, I was like, Katie, I swear, it wasn't there before. Like, I've been driving so, like, because I'm so paranoid driving at night, I was like, I know it wasn't there, and I know it's not a star, because it was so bright.
Yes. She's then scared of hitting the animals, which...
I don't want to... Oh, let me tell you about my sad story.
We're just all sorts of depressing tonight. It's fine.
I worked the night shift the other night, and I have never hit an animal before. It's so sad. I named him Loomy.
It finally happened.
And I hit a raccoon. He was on the side of the road, and he had something in his hand, and he picked it up, and he saw me coming, and he looked at me. And it was like, the connection was there. And then he just darted in front of my car, and my first wheels missed him, and then my second. It was the hardest thump I've ever found.
She called TJ and was bawling so loudly, I could hear her through his phone, like, 20 feet away from TJ. She was so sad, because she's a very big animal lover.
I cried for like an hour
and she likes to name her kills, apparently.
And he's still there. I drove past him today, and I was like, we should have gotten a shovel and buried it. I feel so guilty.
Have you ever seen, there's a My Strange Addiction or Obsession something episode where a guy's obsessed with burying roadkill, and he goes around, and it's like... They're trying to get him to stop because it's a health hazard, but he always keeps a shovel in his back of his trunk.
Why is that a health hazard? I mean, it's not like you're like...
rabies and maggots and dead animals and bacteria and germs and stinky and icky and hefty and...
I would, like, make a hole right where it's at and then just shove it in with a shovel and then bury it.
Yeah, but, like, when you're going close up to them, like, breathing that in, and then just safety being on the side of the highway, like, you're at risk anytime you're outside of your vehicle on a roadway or next to one. So yeah, it was sad. Like, I don't remember what stemmed from there, but anyhow, so there is our detour about crazy dreams.
Yeah, that was our question.
Yeah,
I like when we detour though.
I know, I like that. I like the little...
I'm not too, like, it's already been 10 minutes? We started at 12:07.
It's been actually about 20 minutes.
Oh, I still don't feel anything. Normally it takes about 40-45, so we're going to keep waiting. I like when we derail, though, because I think it starts to get interesting, because, like, I find it really fascinating that, like, we start talking about one thing, and then, like, one word triggers, like, something that we know, or we remember, and it's like, how does our brain remember that? How does it, like, link things like that?
I think it'd be really fun if people also sent in stories about their dreams and we shared those. That'd be super cool.
We actually talked about, like, if anybody wants to share a story or if they want us to talk about a topic, you can comment it on Spotify. There's, like, or like, you can ask a question on Spotify. Or
you can email us at
gummybuddyspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. You said it so good that time.
So people get mad at me at work because I talk really fast. So I have to sit here and be like, I work for a hospital and I check in people and I just ask the stupid questions. And I didn't say the name of it, so I won't get in trouble. And nobody knows where we live, so it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine.
When I asked them questions, the one lady was like, you need to slow down. And I'm
People get annoyed, and this segues perfectly into our next session thingy majigger. It was ranting. Okay, we're going to rant about this for a second, and then I'm going to rant about the other thing. We're going to rant. We're doing all sorts of fun stuff. It's great. I hate it when people do that to me. They'll sometimes, especially, like, it's nothing specific to the elderly, but a lot of times I have that issue with people that are older. It's like, I don't know if it's because in general there's more hearing issues or if it's a generational thing, but a lot of times if I don't specifically speak slowly, people will get mad and irritated with me. And it's frustrating for me because when I have to slow down my speech, I feel like I'm doing my best not to sound condescending, but I feel like I am being condescending because it's not my natural speech. Mm-hmm. It's just, I speak like this and it's fine. But then every once in a while you hit someone who just can't comprehend your normal speech and then they get so mad at you, like...
It's like we're not doing it on purpose. Like,
yeah.
I feel like sometimes my brain is just going so fast in the moment and it just wants to talk as fast as it can. And then I don't know if it comes out mumbled or, like, jumbled to people, and that's why they're like, you need to slow down. Or, like, when I leave voicemails, like, at the doctor's office, they're like, I specifically had our doctor's office say, you need to say your name slower and your phone number slower because we couldn't understand who you were. And I'm like, I don't mean it. Like, I'm sorry, but it gets so frustrating because half the time I don't know I'm doing it. It's like is it like a subconscious thing? Is that what it's called? I hate
Maybe
it.
you need to just start to record an audiobook, and then you'll be super self-conscious about all of your mouth sounds and being very clear with your speech.
It makes me nervous. I don't like talking to strangers. And like the podcast thing, Katie like records books.
Ignore that. I don't know what noise that was.
You can talk to Katie. You can listen to Katie's audiobooks. She has audiobooks on Audible.
It's true.
She has 2 books.
3.
I'm a great best friend.
Trust me, they're not great books. It's fine. Don't look at it. These are not the books you're looking for. We'll have to do that like once an episode now, apparently. Star Wars, don't sue me.
She did a really good job, though. Like,
thank you.
So, I guess you can't know her last name. That's too much information.
One day. One day.
If
we have 3 followers. No, I'm just kidding. I did say if we had 2 followers that we didn't know.
Which Spotify doesn't tell us who the randos are. Or like,
can you tell that we know what we're doing and that we're very professional?
So, and I still haven't done our social media stuff from last time. So I'm a slacker.
So by the time we pod. By the time we podcast again, we will have
the social medias
posted. All linked together. We're gonna get a link tree and get ow, that was my finger that popped. We're gonna get the TikToks and the thingies. But for now, our main way of contact is the
That was my water. We get really thirsty.
It's very dehydrating to
do gummies.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? Oh, the rant thing.
Yeah. Okay. People talking fast and then other people getting mad. That's a whole thing that drives me crazy. Or when you have to ask somebody to repeat themselves and they immediately get annoyed with you and triggered. Like, I know you're the person that she's looking at me hiding behind her giant mop of hair. Listen.
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it when I am just a humble, earwax-filled, gross person. I don't know. I can't hear people very well. I don't know if I listen to music too loud or what, but I always try to explain it like when there's other noises going on in the background. If someone's talking to me and there's background noise, my ears don't want to focus on the person talking. It's hard for them. Even if I'm trying, it's like I don't have any hearing issues medically, but I don't know. I don't think it's maybe it's an ADHD thing. All I know is sometimes I have to ask you to repeat yourself.
And I hate it. It makes me want to strangle her. I hate it. I don't know. I don't like to repeat myself more than once. It's like,
and I just
want you to listen.
I've been on that end of it too.
But you have more patience. I don't.
By the way, the patience jokes, they're poor patience.
Didn't Tim make one the other day?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
it makes me want to hurt people when they do it, and they're like,
my boss was like,
I bet you haven't heard this one before. And I'm like, no, I've heard it 20 million times. Thank you. Find an original one.
Does anybody else have like a name that's very punnable or jokeable? Punnable.
No,
is that a word? It's a word now. Punnable.
Write it down.
It's punnable by death.
Stop. We just went full circle. Remember at the beginning, I was like, what if we start making new words?
Yeah.
And we make our own dictionary. Yeah. And here we are.
Here we are.
A word. I love that.
We could make like a notepad. Okay, are we a level 1? No.
I don't know. I don't really feel much.
I don't feel much either. Like maybe a 0.5.
I feel just a little stupid.
I'm starting to not focus as much, but I feel pretty good still.
Oh no, if you're starting to not focus, I have to tell my funny stories.
Okay.
You have to be here for them. Notepads.
What if we had like little Post-its with like our new words we made on each like a rip away thing?
Using them like kind of like my patience-isms, but it's our own dictionary.
Yeah.
And we have to start using them in the
It could be a merch thing.
Oh, that's
little
true.
Post-its with our silly little words we made up.
That's smart.
Should we write that down?
Yes.
That's very important.
We're not going to remember later.
Post-its with made-up words. Check.
Punnable.
I'm holding the notebook tonight. I started to spell with W-H-I. Oh my gosh. Maybe I am a 1. I'm a 1. That's bad, right? 1 out of 10? Yeah. With made up words. Check.
Check.
Oh. Okay, hand. Wodes. Wodes hard.
Oh, okay, so writing when you're high is really hard. I don't know if anyone else has done it. I bet everyone has. But if you haven't, try it. Try writing something. It is like your brain and your hands don't work together anymore. And it takes so much power to write on a notebook.
Your embarrassing story, but first, my final rant thing that I wanted to rant about. Am I the only one that I am immediately triggered just remembering, okay? The past 3 days on my way into work, I drive on the highway. There is a big hill going up into the town I have to get to. And it's a 2-lane highway only on the incline of the hill. So it's a 1-lane highway and traffic will go. And I'll be stuck behind 2 or 3 cars and they'll be putzing. And they'll be going like 5 under the speed limit. Mind you, I'm not a speed demon. I just do like 5 miles over or less. I don't like to take risks because I'm frugal, remember? I don't like spending money on tickets. Am I the only one who feels like every time a passing lane opens up, like it opens up into 2 lanes from 1 lane, I feel like the slow traffic that you're stuck behind decides to get the freaking zoomies when the passing lane is available, and it's like they'll be going 60 miles an hour in a 65, and then they'll shoot up to 75 miles an hour.
It sucks too, because like the road that we use to get to work, the passing lanes are she hit her elbow. No, I didn't. The passing lanes are really short. Like there's only one part where like it'll turn into double lanes just for a little bit. But like
there's a very limited opportunity to pass.
Stinks.
And that's when the semis, all of the farming, everyone, they zoom like crazy in the double lanes. And it's like, you were blocking all this traffic before. But then what really gets me going is when it comes right back to 1 lane again after this intersection. And they slow down again. And it's 60 miles an hour and a 65 again. And it's like, why didn't you let everyone pass you? Is it everyone's just innate sense of competition that's like, oh, you're not going to pass me in the passing lane. And then they just speed up. It's so annoying. I was like, I am happy to let people pass me. It never bothers me when anyone wants to pass me on the road because it's their ticket. It's their problem. Go for it. Pass me. I don't care. But in those situations, why? And it doesn't make sense either, because a lot of them are these semis that have these huge, heavy loads, presumably. So why are you going slow on the normal highway, but then all of a sudden you're going quicker on an incline? I would think your vehicle would have a harder time having some get up and go on the incline. So I don't know. I'm no engineer, but I don't know if the weight of the load going down the previous hill like helps boost the speed going up the incline. And that's part of it. Like maybe they're trying to use... But there's my rant. I am so annoyed at people that speed up in passing lanes and block you from passing them when they were going uber slow before.
No, I agree. I think I was late. I was going to be a little late for work, so I was going more than I was. But there was like a big...
going 100 miles an hour.
I was going 100. I was passing so many people. I did not want to be late.
Crazy woman.
And there was this big tractor just, we're going like 45 down the road, and I'm like... I'm not about to sit here and be late for work because this big tractor won't. Like, he was doing that thing where he takes up the whole road. Like, he doesn't even, like, try to get on the side a little bit.
Oh,
and I'm like, come on. Like, at least make it to where everyone can see if someone's not there, we can pass you. Like, don't be such a butthead.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. There's so many farming vehicles out here. And farming is an important part of American... It's important for... a lot of people, and that's fine. And we get that you need to be on the road and do your thing. Yeah. But what frustrates me, especially if it's the equipment that's got the really big beefy tires where you can tell it's like if they had a tiny little divot, they're not going to die. So I don't know if it has to do with legal reasons why some farmers will not go off to the side at all. They'll just plant like in the whole lane and block the entire line of traffic. And I don't understand why some will drive on the shoulder more so that you can kind of see to pass them, and others do not care. They just block the whole road, and you can have 50 cars behind you. You don't even try to move to the right at all. Because, we're on the right side of the road because Merkel. But I don't, it's another thing that I could rant about for days. But now, here's the deal. Before we start your story, how are you feeling? Do we think we need a quarter? Because I feel like I need a quarter. I feel like
I don't feel it.
Like,
no. And normally we would fill it by now.
Yeah. So we're going to do a quick, we don't normally pause, but we're going to pause real quick so we can pop another quarter of a gummy. And you don't want to listen to our chairs and things scrape and get icky. So give me just 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. We had to take a little break. We had to go get more gummy, which hopefully was not a mistake.
Yeah. We took a quarter of one. And now I'm starting to feel stupid.
And we just took the quarter one, so
we might have a big boost here in a little bit.
Yes, we're gonna see how it goes. We're actually gonna go ahead and, I know we're liars. We were planning on keeping this one episode where you have sober talk and then gummy talk. But we're going to split it up into 2 parts so you don't have like a whole hour and a half long episode. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off here. And then next episode is just going to be whatever happens from here on out, because we're starting to feel it pretty...
Yeah, and I want to make sure I can tell
I think level 1.
I feel I'm past a 1. I feel...
Really?
I'm at a 2, getting to a 3.
You're speeding up the stupid hill.
I'm starting to, forget what I'm talking about. And, my train of thought is just, it's derailing. And I need to remember that I need to tell you this story.
Okay. We're not going to let you go tonight without this story. So, on that note, you guys can tell us your stories by sending us an email at
gummybuddies.podcast@gmail.com.
Yes. And we will be getting a TikTok. We will be getting socials.
Blah, blah, blah. And we're going to make a link tree so you can... just kind of access everything easily.
Mm-hmm. We'll put it on all the things.
Yep.
But in the meantime, have a great night and keep on gummying. No, I can't. I can't take myself seriously. Have a good night, and
we'll think of a sign off.
We're going to think of a cool sign off, and it's going to be great. Hey, give us your suggestions. I just want everybody to do all the hard work for us. Do it. I said to. You gotta listen to me. Okay, bye-bye. We love you so much.